Dame Dash spent years telling people the most important thing in business was ownership.
Fired. Can somebody tell you you're fired?
Don't.
Can somebody tell you you're fired? Yes or no? Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me.
Then his 1/3 stake in Rockefeller was optioned for $1 million.
So the auction happened yesterday, and basically no one showed up.
His film company later sold at auction for $100.50.
If it has no value, who cares? So what I'm saying is this was a company that was 20 years ago, right? Like literally 2015 that had no assets in it, not an LLC, it wasn't a movie company. No movie went through that.
He filed Chapter 7 listing more than $25 million in liabilities and only $4,350 in assets.
Well, you filed Chapter 7, bankruptcy in Florida, owing over $25 million while reporting almost no assets.
But the real reason why I filed is because Chris Brown and his conspirators allegedly conspired to keep suing me, and almost to the point of obsession. To the extent that in this moment, even when I'm filing, they're still suing, saying that I have more assets than I claimed.
And now a bankruptcy trustee is trying to sell rights tied to Dame's own life story with a $37,000 opening bid.
Buy your life rights, okay, before we do.
Yeah, if you got $5 million, but you
go buy your life rights.
Salute to Dame.
Pay off your debt. I'm making a serious inquiry about purchasing his life rights. I am interested in purchasing the OG story.
I really am.
This might be the most ironic chapter in Dame Dash's financial story yet. He didn't build his image around being rich. He built it around ownership. Own the company, own the masters, own the intellectual property. Never let somebody else control what you built.
Do you think your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there? Dash, or whatever your last name is, instead of somebody else's?
Now a bankruptcy trustee is asking a judge to approve the sale of rights tied to Dame's biography, image, life.
It's crazy because that clip didn't age well out there on the Breakfast Club. And here it is, 2026. I just seen Dame on Instagram. I do follow him, Dusko Poppington. And he's really out here pushing his Cheap Teeth song like it's the hottest thing on Billboard. And I mean, people laugh and go along with the gimmick. But when I look at the visuals, I'm like, this studio space with all of this amazing art doesn't match the song. If you go on his Instagram right now, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Lightness, life story, and more than 100 hours of unreleased archived footage. Opening bid, $37,000. Not the final price, the floor, but the symbolism writes itself. According to Bloomberg Law, Everlasting Films LLC submitted that starting offer as part of Dame's Chapter 7 case. The package reportedly spans footage, photos, and memorabilia from roughly 1990 through 2025, including material connected to an unreleased Rockefeller movie. And this isn't the first time creditors have reached something Dame spent years telling people they should own. In 2024, Dame still owned 1/3 of Rockefeller Records, the label he built with Jay-Z and Kareem Biggs Burke.
1/3.
Yo, make no mistake, man. That is one shadow Dame Dash will never be able to escape. That Rockefeller shadow, he'll never get away from that. And for good reason. That was something that was monumental in hip-hop. We can all agree on that. Regardless of how you may feel about Dame and Jay and what they had going on and where they are now, we can all admit Rockefeller was a moment. From the time Reasonable Doubt came out all the way to the early 2000s during the whole state property and Young Guns and Dipset, that whole Rockefeller movement, it was you had to be there. So, but he'll never escape that shadow for sure.
The Rockefeller Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, you know, or you want to buy 1/3 of Rockefeller Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over $10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot.
I remember him talking about this, and I think there was talks about Drake wanting to buy that 1/3 because that whole "they not like us" was going on, and him and Kendrick were beefing, and everybody was talking about what a rollout it would be for him to come out with a Rockefeller chain, But Dame, he talked too much. And once he did that, people got nervous and they pulled out of the deal.
Wasn't new drama. Back in 2021,
At least that's what I
Dame
heard.
tried to sell a piece of it as an NFT, and Jay-Z got a restraining order to stop him. They settled in 2022, and the settlement actually clarified something important. Rockefeller Incorporated owned the rights to Reasonable Doubt, not Dame personally, but Dame was still free to sell his own 1/3 interest in the company itself.
Reasonable Doubt doesn't sell. Why you think I gave it away? Nobody made no money off that shit. Barely went gold. Nobody gives a fuck about Reasonable Doubt other than people that were there.
That interest is what a court eventually ordered sold after filmmaker Josh Weber won an $823,000 plus judgment against him. It sold at auction for $1 million. Dame spent years preaching equity. Then creditors reached the equity. Ownership still had value. It was just being used to pay somebody else. Then came Palpatine LLC, Dame's film company. Rights to Earn Her Up, Too Honorable, Welcome to Black Rock, We Went to China.
It's come to my attention that, I'm not going to say allegedly, that the lawyer Chris Brown has been soliciting that Poppington owns Honor Up. And that's the furthest from the truth. Poppington does not own Honor Up.
It went to auction in December
That movie was mediocre at best. I watched it. I was not impressed.
2025. One bidder showed up. Winning bid, $100.50. Not $100,000, $100.50. Owning an asset and owning an asset somebody actually wants to buy are two completely different things. By September 2025, Dame filed Chapter 7, more than $25 million in liabilities, about $4,350 in disclosed personal assets, no monthly income, no house.
All of this is crazy to think. When you think about Dame Dash, especially early on, like this dude was on top of the world. Anytime you've seen a Jigga video, rest assured Dame Dash was in it. Whether they was out there in St. Thomas filming the In My Lifetime video, I think it was St. Thomas. Big Pimpin', was he in Big Pimpin'? I don't know if he was in Big Pimpin', but Hey Poppy. And he was just doing his thing, popping bottles and doing his infamous dance. Who would have thought that 2026, this guy would be having money trouble? You know what I'm saying?
No car, $100
all that
in
money
cash.
gone.
Roughly $19 million of that was tax debt alone.
The reason why I filed was because I've had $20 million of taxes. First off, do you know anybody that paid $25 million of taxes in your life? Name one person you know.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so why would I be the first?
About $9.6 million owed to New York, $3.5 million to New Jersey, and $5.8 million to California. On top of that, court judgments and unpaid child and spousal support. Dames pushed back publicly, arguing on the Breakfast Club that wealthy people don't hold everything in their own name.
Rich people don't put anything in their name, but you don't know that. You don't know that. And I feel sorry for you because you don't get to see the daylight. You guys, you don't. You've missed your whole life.
We don't have anything on our name.
And that he's kept investing in businesses. That's his explanation. But Chapter 7 has one job: find property that belongs to the estate, turn it into cash, pay creditors. Now the trustee thinks Dame's own story is one more asset that qualifies.
Teach.
The financial pressure isn't staying contained to Dame's own case. It's showing up in his daughter Ava's life on camera. Ava appears on Bravo's Next Gen NYC, and the Manhattan apartment she shares with Dame reportedly received an eviction notice after rent payments fell behind. Ava later said publicly that the rent had been paid and the situation was resolved, and she made a point of saying she wasn't the one responsible for it falling behind in the first place.
I have so much negativity being spread about myself and my family. When you search my name, the first thing that pops up is Ava Dash evicted. I don't need my friends also adding to that. The reality is I had an apartment, I shared it with my dad, split the rent. I was on time paying my rent. My dad, not so much.
Recent episodes have also touched on something more
put your
poignant.
dad on blast
Ava
like
reportedly
that.
trying to get money back from her own father.
No, I tried to send you that bread. Did you get it?
I don't believe I got it. Yeah, I need that 5,000 back.
I feel like I'm a Nepo dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get it.
We don't have a verified dollar figure for that, so we're not putting one on screen. But
See, this is what happens when, as a father, and, you know, I'm kind of at that stage in my life where, you know, I'm like, all right, I got to start thinking about what should have been. I mean, not that I haven't, but it's like, okay, my finances and just thinking about my future. But getting back to Dame, you can just tell he did not think about the future. He just thought that this whole Rockefeller thing was going to last forever, probably. Or maybe he did have a foreshadowing that eventually it would come to an end. And that's why he was trying to do the whole thing with state property. And I know he had something going on with Pro-Kids at one point. He was trying to venture off and do other things, but it's just his personality and the way he approaches people that I think kind of stunted his growth and ability to maneuver through the industry.
Storyline itself is the point. Dame spent years as the face of generational wealth in hip-hop. Now his daughter is navigating her own financial independence in public while her father's bankruptcy plays out one storyline over. That's not a footnote. That's the ownership philosophy landing on the next generation before it's even fully settled with the first one. Dame didn't stay quiet. After The Breakfast Club covered the Life Rate story, he accused the show of only reporting his bad news while ignoring projects like BET series OG Stories. He also pushed back on the bankruptcy coverage and brought up the story involving his daughter, arguing that media keeps highlighting the negative parts of his finances.
You know, my girl calls me, I'm in the middle of a meeting, and she forwards me something from, you know, the dark-skinned chick from The Breakfast Club. And yeah, you know, they defaulted my bankruptcy. They said they won't let me go bankrupt. They don't believe it. No one reported that. But also no one reported anything about OG Stories. What The Breakfast Club did report was when I asked my daughter for some money, and now they're reporting, you know, whatever bullshit going on with bankruptcy. But I just feel...
Well, we all know that drama is what sells in this country. That's why when you go on the news, there's never nothing good going on in the news. Drama sells. Controversy sells. The Breakfast Club, it doesn't help their bottom line to say anything good about you. And I'm not saying this to bash Dame or anything like that, because he does have an ingenious business acumen to a degree. But like even now, he's got kids. What I don't get is Dame has touched more than $1 million. This man has seen M's in his bank account. He's made it known that he only would wear a pair of Air Force Ones once and then throw them out. That's a different level of money when you can do that. Why is it that now with your kids, you got that young son you got with Rachel, whatever her name is, and then you got your daughter Ava, and then all the other kids that you got. Why wasn't their money put away for their future, for what they want to do when they get older? See, I'm not talking about people who got 9-to-5s that ended up having kids and they don't necessarily have enough money to pay for the kid to go to college, so the kid does have to take out student loans or have to be athletically gifted. But for you rich motherfuckers, why did y'all not put money away?
I feel like y'all make it too obvious.
I don't get it.
Like, why don't you ever talk about any of the good stuff?
Controversy sells, Dame. That's why.
Are you guys trying to amplify a narrative?
Lauren LaRosa responded that she had nothing against Dame personally. She was reporting a story her audience wanted to know about.
I broke a story yesterday that a trustee investigating Dame Dash's bankruptcy just filed documents yesterday asking for permission from a judge to be able to sell Dame Dash's life right. He said no one reported on the bankruptcy, the fact that they didn't want to do that. We did report on that. We did. I don't know if y'all remember. The last time we talked about this situation outside of the things with his daughter, we talked about that.
Not only that, like at one time he was the one that was giving you information on the things that he was doing, and you had a relationship with him. So
I'm the one who told y'all that he had that Black Guns Roses rock album thing happening.
I had a relationship. You all were going back and forth. He was giving you information, and you wasn't the dark-skinned chick then. You was Lauren. Hey, I need help with this story. That's who you were back then.
And that leaves a fair question. Is Dame being covered unfairly? Or is a bankruptcy trustee trying to auction rights tied to your life story simply a much bigger headline than your late?
There may be some truth that Dame Dash has been blackballed by the industry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jay has something to do with that. Maybe not. But we've all seen Dame on camera. If you've never seen Choke No Jokes footage of Dame busting in the Def Jam offices, going off on them, not telling him about a meeting, that was what the day-to-day was like. Or the Hard Knock Life tour video when he was going off on Kevin Lyles. Yeah, he was on that. So because of his relationships with people in the industry, nobody wanted to do business with him. So he kind of, in a way, he kind of nerfed himself. I mean, it kept him from having to deal with weird, shady people, but unless you got money
business
to, you know what I mean?
It would be easy to call this Dame Dash went broke. That story's already been told. The more interesting question is what happened to the philosophy. Dame was right about one thing. Ownership matters, but ownership doesn't erase debt and it doesn't guarantee liquidity. If you owe enough, the exact assets you own become the assets creditors come after. Rockefeller stake sold. Film company sold. Now the rights to his own story are on the table. The man who spent years telling everyone never to let somebody else own your story could watch a bankruptcy court approve the sale of rights to his. Was Dame's philosophy right, but the execution wrong? Or does this prove ownership means nothing if the business behind it can't produce cash? Let me know where you land. For more investigations into the money behind the claim, subscribe and tap in. I'm out of here.
All right, y'all. That's going to be the end of the video. Shouts out to them. I'll be sure to link the video in case y'all want to check out some more of his videos. But yeah, everybody loves a good comeback story. Now, sometimes it does depend on who's making the comeback. Do people want to see Dame flourish and make his comeback? I think so. I would like to see that. But he's going to have to do away with the semantics and the gimmicks, the cheap teeth and all of that. It's like, you know what it is? I noticed with Dame, when you compare Rockefeller to what he's doing now, it's like Rockefeller is on the Rockefeller and all of that. That was some first class champagne type of thing. And now he's moving like he carries around a 6-pack of Budweiser. Like, it's two different Dames that we're looking at here. We're looking at the Budweiser Dame of today, and you have the Cristal Dame of the late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? And I think that is the Dame that a lot of people would love to see again, where he's back on top and he's doing good and he's in these places. At least I would think. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure y'all check the like button, sub to the channel. That's going to be the end of the video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure you check the like button, sub to the channel, and spam the comments. Let me know what y'all think. But yeah, other than that, it's your boy Robbie. Till next video, I'm out.